Good morning and welcome to Frank's School. It's daytime. Usually I do these videos before dawn, but so the light may be different. 6-year, 153rd day, first video. Um, and you know, it's quiet. It's snowy outside. There's really nothing. I don't have to go anywhere today. The animals I think are okay. So I thought, well, maybe I'll do this. What's going on at Frank's School? What actually is going on here? Now, it's been recent. It wasn't very long ago that I made a similar video to deal with what's going on. And you might say, well, why do it again so soon? Well, it's largely for me to keep stuff sorted out. I had at least one memorable comment where the man or person who commented wondered if I could keep my sanity given that I'm in so many places. Well, I think about that. Well, one of the things that's going on is a series which I'm calling Wood. I recently did a thing about boards. I'm still going to deal with planks, pallets, blocks, matched lumber, finished lumber, siding, and veneer. I put it in quotes because it's almost whimsical to use the term veneer. So that's going on. And that's pretty easy, really. I just have to wait till the weather's right and not too muddy and stuff. So that's going on. I'll finish that. Words. Well, words is the name that I gave to class vocabulary. And I took words to jail. I speak more openly about it now. I think that I actually took the technique to jail. And it sort of dribbled off. I mean, I was dealing with it on a weekly basis, and then it kind of faded out. I'll explain why, and I'll explain what's going on with that. So that's going on. Gloss. Well, gloss I had written here is now freer to time travel, because now gloss is the name that I give to myself as I review what I have done before. And I reviewed the entire first year of Frank's School, and I got to the end of it. So that was a big job that gloss had to do, but it's finished. And now gloss, I said, is freer to time travel. Where to go? Well, I think gloss is going to go take a look at Hydra in my head, a series which I have done and sort of completed, attempting to identify the various influences that make my thinking so different from what other people's thinking might be. Well, I think I need to go back and look at that, because having got to the end, I've learned some stuff that might apply to the beginning. So that'll go on. I have created that as a playlist, and I think that's what gloss is going to do. Now, related to that, Hydra has come back with a few highs. Hydra has not completely gone away. Hydra is this tangle of nouns and terms and things that have to do with my different thinking. For example, Hydra is going to have some comments about eco-villages. That was a new development. And also, Hydra has ended up leading me into some preparation attempts to create a conference which would have nationwide impact and hopefully international impact, but I'll explain about that later. So that was kind of where Hydra has led me, and you'll know more about that. Now, the eco-villages, I'll say more about them later, but the two places that they have led me is to Italy and to Portugal. And in both cases, I am in contact. This one in Italy, well, both of them could be very interesting, but this one in Italy is already so rich. And I'll explain more about that as I go here. And they both have to do with resurrection. Resurrection is that movie, I call it imaginary, that movie I would like to see made. It doesn't have to be my movie, it could be some other movie that would achieve the same goal. But in any case, there's quite a long playlist in which I laid out the story and the characters involved in the wordless movie Resurrection. And along with it goes location scouting. And if I didn't have to worry about my farm animals, and if I had enough money, I would certainly go on a location scouting to northern Italy, to a certain spot, and then to Portugal. I would certainly do that, and may still, I don't know. But that would be in August or September. So that's going on. Just Say No, Degrow. That series, Just Say No, Degrow. Well, I'm partway into that. I'm going to talk about degrowing gardening. How do you degrow degrow gardening? And building, I'm already into that. Degrow building, the building technique, the building trade. And I'll deal with building with pallets. That's going on. Now, connected to that, I say meet Matt. Eventually, I hope not too long, I'm going to feel the time is right to introduce you to a young man named Matt. He has very much to do with building with pallets. He has very much to do with all of this stuff. And then there is the seasonal spiral that is just unforgiving. It keeps going on. I mean, at the moment, it's snowy out there. It looks like January. It doesn't feel like it, but it looks like January. But that seasonal spiral keeps coming around where there's time where now you have to see to it. And that is going to have me gardening. And I already, even though it's still March, in a sense I've already begun that. There's the fences that have to be tipped back up that blew over in the wind and have to be maintained and added on to. You know, that can't really wait because the animals eventually get an idea, hey, let's see what's over the hill. There's the spring runoff, which is probably going to be it's already begun, well, for quite a while. But with this heavy snow and it warms up, it's going to be quite an exciting runoff, I think. Well, that's the perfect time to be working with water, building water wheels, building the head races for water wheels and all that stuff. And then when that stops, which it eventually will in June probably, maybe July, then it's time to turn to wind. What can be done with windmills and showing how, you remember Frank's school, this is a school. And my neighbor sometimes says to me, hey, you never finish anything. I said, no, I shouldn't finish things because then it would be a museum. It's a school. And you can come here to see how it's done or come show me how it's done. It's a learning place. And then also new construction, now and then, and I'm coming to that time really, I'm in that time, if the snow would just go away, where I can actually turn my attention to not just maintaining and trying to repair, but actually finish new construction, things that are undertaken. The guest house in English, the Gasthaus, I'm working on it. And now that hits a limitation because when the hay comes in, when I get the hay from my neighbor for the next year, that will make it, by that time I really have to be done in that part of the building, or much more done than I am now. And then there's the Thomas Hockling Hall's balcony. I have the wood for all this, and in a way, what you could say almost more than anything else right now I'm trying to do is use up as much wood as I can so that it's not laying in piles or outside or whatever. So that's a lot going on, but there you have it. That's what's going on at Frank's School. Bye for now.